ProPublica. I'm sure you've heard about this today. ProPublica did some investigative work. It's a great site, propublica.org. If you go to propublica.com, you'll wind up in Germany. Propublica.org. They did the research. New York Times picked up on it then. Here's what they reported, ProPublica. Senator Richard Burr, a direct descendant, by the way, of Aaron Burr. Senator Richard Burr, the powerful chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, requested a Senate Ethics Committee investigation into his stock trading a day after ProPublica and the Center for Responsive Politics, that's not a right-wing group, reported that he, Burr, had dumped significant amounts of shares before the market crash triggered by the coronavirus outbreak. Chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee. And this rat fucker now wants all of us to believe, oh, well, it's just information I gathered from public sources, from the lying fake media. That's where I got the information, not because I'm the chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee and I know every fucking thing that's going on that concerns threats to the U.S. economy. Oh, no, whatever gave you that idea? And it's not just him. Burr unloaded up to $2 million of his holdings on February 13th in 33 separate transactions. That $1.72 million is a significant portion of his total stock holdings. The sales that he made came soon after he offered public assurances that the government was all ready to battle the coronavirus. This morning, the Christian conservative Nazi Richard Burr defended his sell-off. He said this, quote, "I relied solely on public news reports to guide my decision regarding the sale of stocks on February 13th. Specifically, I closely followed CNBC's daily health and science reporting." Oh, of course you did. Of course you did. And even if you did, fuckhead, you still broke the law. But let's go with your bullshit story. I went with CNBC's reporting out of its Asia bureaus at the time. End quote. This is the thing about Christian conservatives. They lie like motherfuckers. That's all they do is lie. I don't hear Jews lying like this who are in government. I don't hear Muslims lying like this. I don't hear Hindus who are in U.S. government lying like this. Why is it just these fucking Christians? Why is that? Do you ever ask yourself that question? I do constantly. Why the Christians of this breed, these lying fuckers? Why is it never a Jew who stands up there? Oh, well, I just went by the published reports. Or a Muslim. Oh, I just went by the published reports too. Never. So he asked for the Senate Ethics Committee to, quote, "open a complete review of the matter with full transparency," end quote, knowing full fucking well that the Senate has much more on its plate right now than investigate this son of a bitch's Christian conservative theft, lies, and deceit. He knows that. He knows his good buddy, the turtle, Mitch McConnell's not going to do any fucking such thing. Open investigation. Oh, right. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We'll get to it, Rich. Maybe 20 years from now. The Ethics Committee can recommend disciplinary action against lawmakers and refer potentially criminal violations to law enforcement. But it has been criticized for being too lax, the Ethics Committee, the Senate Ethics Committee. Gee, do you think? It is illegal for members of Congress to trade shares on non-public information they gather in the course of their work. But cases are rare because proving that a politician relied on such non-public information is difficult. I'll bet it is. ProPublica says, as the head of the Intelligence Committee, Burr, a North Carolina Republican, has access to the government's most highly classified information about threats to American security. Political, military, economic. Burr has access to all of it. His committee was receiving daily coronavirus briefings around the time that he dumped all of his stock, according to a Reuters news story. A week after this Christian conservative's sales, the stock market began a sharp decline and has lost over 30% since. Now, how many of us, millions of us, have watched whatever assets we might have had in stocks, in 401ks, especially working class people? We've watched the value just go out the fucking door, but not for Senator Burr. He was smart enough, listening to public sourced information, to get out just in time. After the story was published on ProPublica, the good Christian conservative Richard Burr faced a firestorm of criticism from both sides of the aisle. Former Obama administration officials, along with prominent Trump allies, blasted Burr's stock sales. Calls for his resignation came from both ends of the political spectrum, including Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, a Democrat of New York, and Fox News host Tucker Carlson. Tom Tillis, North Carolina's other senator, the junior senator, said today that a review by the Ethics Committee was warranted, and he tweeted, quote, "Given the circumstances, Senator Burr owes North Carolinians an explanation." Oh, what a weak fucking bullshit response, right, Tillis? He owes us an explanation, which we will immediately swallow whole. Throughout the day, yesterday, news outlets reported instances of other lawmakers who also sold off stock before the market tanked, with precious, unbeknownst to you and me and him and her and them and those, and insider information. Oh, I listened to CNBC. The Daily Beast reported that Kelly Loeffler, a Georgia Republican, let me tell you about Kelly Loeffler. She was appointed by Brian Kemp, the Republican governor of my precious state of Georgia, to absorb and be in office for the unexpired time that was left over when Senator Johnny Isakson retired early because of health issues. And Brian Kemp appointed Kelly Loeffler, who I swear to God, I know I'm not supposed to make ad hominem or ad femininem attacks, but that's my stock in trade. She looks like who's the skinny blonde, Kathy? Just say her name.
She looks like a brain dead Ann Coulter. You know,
she looks like Ann Coulter before Ann Coulter decided that bulimia was fun.
Yeah, well, she looks like Ann Coulter with a double lobotomy.
Yeah, something. And Kelly Loeffler, her commercial started running, I don't know, about a month ago. All of a sudden, you see these commercials for Kelly Loeffler, and most of us here in Georgia went, who the fuck is Kelly Loeffler? But there she was, talking about how Washington really is a swamp, and we need to be there to support our president. By the way, I'm a Christian conservative. You bitch. Oh, by the way, her husband, Kelly Loeffler's husband, is the chairman of the New York Stock Exchange. Just a coincidence, right? Her fucking husband is the chairman of the New York Stock Exchange, but Kelly Loeffler doesn't know anything about who makes the deals on her stocks. Oh, God, no, God forbid. Whatever. I'm a Christian conservative. What makes you think I would do that? I love my Jesus. Do you want to hear me talk in tongues? I've been talking in tongues. So she sold off stocks owned by her and her husband worth between $1.2 million and $3.1 million in the week after senators received a private briefing on the coronavirus from the Trump administration. This filthy cocksucker Donald Trump, he will sit down with these bastards and bitches, these Christian fuckwads, and tell them things that a son of a bitch would never let out in the public. This, can you tell, makes me furious. These are, every fucking one of them is a gangster and a criminal. Every one of these Christian Nazis is a criminal, a liar, a cheat, a thug, just like the chief gangster, that orange fucker Donald Trump. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcast. You have your choice. You can listen to The Ranting with the audio podcast, or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com. And never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.